Hi, welcome to my living room. I'm Josh Nolan. I'm 37 years old and I live in Santa Clara, California, 95054, the 408. I'll be honest with you, this isn't a thing that we do around here. I was just trying to impress you. How about this? From here on out, I'll just be myself. What do I do for a living? I'm the owner of the Carpet Repair Guys. It's a carpet repair service. We're in between carpet cleaning on this side of the spectrum and carpet installation. More on my services to come. But a little more about my city. Santa Clara is just 35 miles south of San Francisco, and we're home of the Silicon Valley. So on almost every corner, you've got some type of national, worldwide business that is very recognizable that people know. I live in an area where, what was I gonna say about that? San Francisco is a great place to raise a family and run a business. Well, is it a great place to run a business if I think about it? Because California is so taxed and everything else. Good grief, Josh. Think about what you're gonna say and say it. San Francisco is the home of the 49ers. My wife's laughing in the background. How can I even get through this? Now my forehead's sweaty. I'm supposed to paint a picture of our city.
I know, but you went from saying it's a great, wonderful place.
Because I was changing tracks.
It's a great, wonderful place, but wait, never mind, it's the home.
We're taxed here. How are you going to run a business? All the blue collar guys are leaving. But I'm sticking around. That's it. That's all right. Okay. The lush, beautiful trees.
Oh, trees. That was our first date. Bring up the trees.
The landscape surrounding the neighborhoods of sunny Santa Clara. We've got streets, we've got traffic, there's houses, apartments, businesses. Santa Clara, it doesn't get much better than this. 70-degree weather year round, okay? We got a pool in the backyard we can jump in whenever it gets hot. We have had a heat wave here. I turned the air conditioning off so you could better hear me. And now I'm gonna be paying the price with this sweat beading from my forehead, but not to worry. After all this, I'm jumping in that pool with my kids and we're gonna have a grand old time. Over 6 million people inhabit the Bay Area. It's a very diverse area, the Bay Area, that is. This area is an area unlike any area. Honey, can you pull up Wikipedia? I need some stats on Santa Clara, quick.
There's 2 million people.
2 million people in the Santa
Clara County.
In Santa Clara County, we have 2 million wonderful people. Next line. 50.
52% white.
52% white people. We have a very diverse. 20% of our Asian population here in Santa Clara.
40, have you said?
I said 20.
There's 40.
I'm glad there's 40. In fact, 20 would suck. 40 is much better number.
50,000 veterans.
Love our military, love our country. 50,000 veterans chose to stay here in the Bay Area. I'm dying out here, babe. You got another line?
53% speak a language other than English.
It's a wonderful thing that in the multicultural area that I'm raising my family, over 50% of people speak different languages, multiple languages.
At home, yeah.
At home.
88% are high school graduates.
88% of our citizens, 88% of Santa Clarians are high school graduates. Moving on to the carpet repair industry, how I got started. I got something to show you for that. It's right here. There's a little plaque that I made myself. You'll see here a shape of a burn of an iron that my roommate back in 2002 dropped on this very carpet. And I did my first repair out of necessity, like so many of my customers. And I wrote this little line here: find the opportunity in every obstacle. Because that's what launched all of the years of the carpet repair guys. From the very beginning here, sorry sir, we've done lost your seam. I really like that tagline. Same phone number all these years later. That was my old work truck here, zooming by with carpet in the back. And then the carpet repair guys. This guy was a little logo here. So yeah, just like most of my tenants, I was in the same exact situation, and I needed to have my carpet fixed up so I could get my security deposit back and not be charged to replace all the carpet. I was a carpet installer by trade by my father and my uncle growing up as a teenager in Tacoma, Washington. And by the time I was 18, I was doing carpet installs that they didn't want to do and making some good money for it. So when I got started in college, I got into a couple carpet stores. Let's see, it was Conklin Brothers, High Quality Floors in Santa Clara, and then the Carpet Center in Campbell. And I would be doing carpet repairs, carpet installs, whatever I could to provide. And the first year that I started my business, I got a contract with Pizza Hut, and I installed about a half a dozen carpets in restaurants. But it was always that carpet repair that I loved and was pursuing. So in 2013, I incorporated the business, and I went full-time in carpet repair. I still remember when I decided to go full-time into carpet repair. I was turning 30, and the police had just been called because of noise disturbance from installing carpet late into the night of a townhouse where the neighbors were a little upset that I was working so late. But it was what I needed to do to turn the house over to the realtor who was trying to put it out on market. So I was doing these contracts and doing all these installs, grabbing helpers from wherever I could, friends and other carpet installers. And I realized when I was sitting in that living room with my buddy Eric, I said to him, that's it. I'm not going to do these installs anymore. I'm just going to accept carpet repairs when they come in, and I'm going to refer all the installs out. And that was 9 years ago, and I've been full-time with carpet repairs ever since. Favorites, tell us about your family and any other important people in your life. I got a picture for you for this too. Hold on. Here it is. This is my family. Okay. That's my wife, Stacy. That's my firstborn, Brock. This is Brody, Addison, Audrey, and that's our dog, Maggie. Coincidentally enough, I'm wearing the same shirt in that picture. That's not embarrassing at all. All right. My wife is laughing from the kitchen right here. Honey, why don't you come in here? That's my family. This is the lady that started it. Come on in. They don't mind your wacky hair. All right, she crimped her hair. She's a little embarrassed, but I think it looks good. It's a little wild and out there. So Stacy gave me 4 wonderful children out of this uterus right here, and we're so thrilled. We're happy to have.
What about my uterus?
I don't know when the camera's on. You just don't know what's going to be said. But this lady right here stays home and takes a sacrifice. She's a school teacher for 3 years. We had our firstborn, and she takes care of him. She's baking cookies later this afternoon. She makes all her meals from scratch. She loves us, takes care of us. She is my go-to for any carpet dreaming or related questions and goals and all of that. So I couldn't do life without her. And that's my wife. That's my family. And you don't want to say anything? I said all those nice things. No, it wasn't even that nice. My kids are all in elementary school. I'm about to get into those teenage years with my oldest, but he's 11, going to be turning 12 soon. My youngest is 7. And it's just a great time to be alive. Love being a dad, love taking care of my kids. Here's the thing. The carpet business is just so I can provide an income in the crazy expensive Bay Area to provide for my family. So I want to keep that my priority and realize the important things in life. Speaking of other important things and important people, I have to give a shout out to my parents who taught me everything that I know. My dad started having me work for him when I was 12 years old. His partner was my uncle, who his kids worked for him. My two brothers worked for my dad. We even grabbed neighborhood kids in the area. So he's trained so many in the carpet installation side of things, and was just a blue collar, hard worker. Just raised us to work hard, and always had a good time doing it. Never regretted one day going out to work with him. Did that every summer since I was 12. When I was 16, he started handing me jobs myself. Me and my buddy Andrew, who was a neighborhood friend, we would do those jobs. And by the time I was 18 and going to college, I was ready to start the business and kind of go and do my own thing. So, okay, crazy repairs that I've done. You know that country song by Carrie Underwood? I dug my key into the side of his four-wheel drive. Well, I don't think I'm going to use any of that. Okay, so I get a call from this guy, and he is just in shock and just desperately calling out for help. I go to his house, his apartment. He's getting ready to move out. He's got 5 to 6 foot huge bleach marks in every room of his house because his ex-girlfriend dumped bottles of bleach everywhere. So I don't know what he did. I didn't have the heart to ask him at that point, but it sounds like he did something pretty bad. And so he had some extra carpet, and I was able to take time-taken labor to cut out and patch about 5 different spots of that size all throughout his house, and saved his security deposit. He probably should have just replaced everything, but and I probably should have let him. Okay, but as far as I know, he was able to get his deposit back and move on with his life. And so hopefully he learned his lesson. Another repair that comes to mind, I just did recently, a couple months ago. It was a lady who was moving out and had this cheap Berber loop carpet, and her pets just destroyed every doorway and all throughout the living room. Plus, her carpet had waves all over the hallway and into her dining room. It looked like trash. It should have been replaced, but she's a single mom raising, I think, 2 kids, and I try to push her to some good deals with a carpet company that I know, but she was really hoping to save money by just having it repaired. So I went in there and spent all day and took care of her carpet for her. Let's see. That was crazy because of how much damage it was and how spread out all over the place. I mean, there comes a point where carpet's just so bad and destroyed. It's like when you total your car. A good mechanic, sure, could put every piece back together, but it'd be more labor intensive and costly than just buying a new car. So that's kind of what I deal with my customers. What would be a third crazy repair? Okay. This one goes back to when I was in college and I was engaged, getting ready to marry my wife, Stacy. I was saving money up for my honeymoon to go to Cancun, and I was really pinching my pennies. And all of a sudden, I got a call from a guy named Jeff in Los Gatos, and he was a contractor who was having me do a repair in this nice living room. He was a contractor having me do an install in his customer's large living room that he had a border go across. And so it was a very custom job around a nice fireplace. And I remember it was my first time doing anything of that size. It was quite an expensive job. And the carpet was very high end. It was 100% wool. And I got a call from him a couple days after. It took me probably 3 days to do the job. I got a call from him the second day, and he told me, Josh, what happened? The carpet's running the wrong direction. And so I went over there and I looked, and he was complaining about the seam. Fortunately, I was able to do a paper roll test to show him that the carpet indeed was running the same direction, but it was a matter of a lighting issue. So that scared me half to death. Well, later that day, I'm chalking out for the border, and I'm using a red dye. I'm using a red chalk to go around the border. Well, when I snapped the line, there was a little bit of a cloud of red that spread beyond the line. You couldn't tell at first. I cut the line, I put in my bordered carpet, everything was looking great. And then I saw the pink haze from where the cloud of red had subsided into the fibers. I am so scared at this point because he's already called once for something that was a non-issue. It wasn't even a fault, but he was so particular for his customer. And now I have this little red cloud around the entire living room. So my instinct was to take some of my glue solvent, number 9, and rub it out. I'm so glad that I didn't do that. Instead, I called around and I talked to this manager at Tom Duffy Company, which was a local carpet supplier, and I told him what had happened. And he gave me this recommendation. He said, take your Fix-All, which is just a mixing compound that you use to fill cracks in drywall or maybe in some wood subfloor. He said, dust that all over the red, around the whole perimeter, and then take your vacuum and vacuum it up. That white powder, which kind of looks like flour, is going to adhere to the red and it will all suck up the same. So I did it without wetting anything and it all came up. If I would have gone with my instinct, I know I would have ruined that job and maybe not even gotten married because I wouldn't have been able to afford it because I would have had to pay for all that carpet. Okay, let's talk about TikTok. So I had a technician who I trained who moved to LA constantly in my ear about starting an Instagram account and just showing my before and after pictures, maybe some videos of my work. He was always impressed with the work I did. I was able to train him. He did good work as well. And he just said, you should let more people know. You got to hop on the Instagram train. So finally, 2019, November of 2019, I started my Instagram account. And while I was looking up how I started late in the game. So I was hopping on YouTube with my wife. She also was starting an Instagram account because we were getting a new puppy, Maggie, our sheepadoodle. So we kind of had a running contest between us. Who's going to get the most followers? So I was on YouTube trying to beat my wife, or rather our dog. And I thought, how can I grow my account? And I found this guy who told me about this newer social media platform called TikTok. And he said the algorithm is awesome and it takes average Joe content and will make them go viral. You just got to stay consistent at it. So I was like, okay, I took a few of the videos that I had already done for Instagram at this point. This was about now February of 2020, right before the pandemic. And so I put that up and instantly, instead of getting just 10 or 20 views like I was normally getting for my 100, 200 followers on Instagram, I got hundreds of views instantly. And I thought, wow, this is pretty cool. And some people started commenting, oh, this is even cooler. And so I was reading the comments and I kept seeing FYP, FYP. And so I looked up, typed in, what does FYP stand for? I had no idea what this acronym was. And whatever I saw convinced me that it was a bad thing because I had read fix your page instead of for you page, which is what it means in the TikTok world. So I thought, oh, they don't like my video. They want me to fix something. So I didn't think anything of it and I turned off the app or whatever. And then I would periodically check it and I would see those numbers going higher. So I thought, man, I'm getting some views on these. So I started putting up a video on TikTok as well as Instagram on everything I did. And the more I was on that platform, you got to see such a gambit of content creators that I would get ideas for carpet. And so I started making little videos and giving narration. And I remember the first video that went viral, I think it had a couple 100,000 views. I did this trendy song about bibbity boppity boo, and the carpet lifted up and then went back down and it was fixed. And all of a sudden I started having a bunch of people start commenting on it. Wow, this looks really cool. Or this is in reverse. Like the carpet was fine and then you damaged it and you just switched the video around. So it was a pretty cool thing. And then I had my first video to hit 1 million views was one where the carpet, I did a walkthrough for this customer named Sonia, and I just showed what the dog had done and I quickly showed some time lapses, and then I narrated the thing. I think I put some superhero music in the background and said the classic, "Not all heroes wear capes." Well, that one generated so many comments and views that really was like the turning point for me, because then most of my other viral videos that I've done, and that's given me over 725,000 followers, has followed that format. And so that just kind of revolutionized my work, because now every single week I have multiple people tell me they've seen my videos on TikTok or they send it to their friends. And even crazier, I'll have people come up to me, even just last week in Santana Row in San Jose, they just walked up to me and said, I was with my family, and they said, "Hey, are you Josh? Hey man, I love your videos. You're giving so much hope to this world." And it was kind of the craziest thing, because it's in your own way what maybe a celebrity may feel like. And so that's happened multiple times, out at Home Depot, at Dunkin' Donuts, on the side of the road, or at a stoplight. I'll have people honk their horn and wave, and at first I think maybe I cut them off or something like that, and they're just they watch the videos, or they wave and they say they're a fan. So that's been a pretty cool experience, and still kind of awestruck that all that has happened from just showing carpet being fixed. So what does a carpet repair guy do? Okay, I offer two categories of services. One is sectioning. That's just a fancier way of saying patching, okay? Because no one wants you to come to their house and patch their carpet. They want you to place a bonded insert in. They want you to permanently section donor carpet in place. You see the fanciness with the words? All right, so that's a little IICRC talk from a training seminar that I had. Now, what I do is I fix burns, holes from pet damage, bleach marks, or permanent stains that the carpet cleaners can't take out. That's sectioning. The other category is restretching. Most installers are knee kicking the carpets and not power stretching, so over time the carpets ripple and get wavy, and they just look unsightly, and also they're trip hazardous. I have many elderly or young mothers with babies who call, especially if they have a second story and they're right by stairs, and so we don't want anyone tripping and falling down and getting hurt. So I come in there and I lift the carpet up around the perimeter of two walls, or lift up a door seam in a hallway and along a wall, and then I carefully restretch to a corner. It's a complex situation to get that accurately, to move the ripples out. I love doing carpet repair, so much more than installs. A lot easier work, don't have to carry that carpet on your back. And the main thing is I'm saving customers money. They don't have to replace all the carpet. They don't lose their security deposit. I don't have to do as much work because the carpet's not my back. I'm not pulling up a bunch of stuff. And in a small way, I'm able to help with the environment with waste of carpet in all these landfills. So the customer relationship, guys, this is where this is where the carpet repair guy saves the day. I can't tell you the amount of customers who've given me a hug, or have just come in with such joy and laughter after seeing one of the repairs that I've done, because they had so much anxiety. They're telling me, I couldn't sleep at night. We're moving out, and I just knew the landlord's gonna charge me, and I'm gonna lose my deposit, and all of these things. And they get to see what you do, and it gives them joy, it gives them peace of mind. Automatically, it's the best relationship, because they're gonna tell you, they're gonna speak your fame to all their friends. They're gonna save your number for the next time they may need you, and you get to go to bed at night knowing that you helped people out of a bind. So I love that relationship that I get to have with my customers. It's a lot different than installing, where they're paying good money and they expect perfection, as they should, and they're gonna go over every little spot to make sure you did it right. Versus a repair, so many stores have said, no, we can't do it. No, it won't look good. And then you come in there and wow the customer, and you're just the greatest thing since sliced bread. How can you beat that? You can't beat it. It's awesome. What makes the relationship with me different than with other repair guys? I do take great pride in my work and try my very best on each repair to make it look as good as possible. My customers a lot of times can't afford the cleaning right away, and so I want to leave the repair as good as it can be until they can get it cleaned. I know a lot of other guys will get in there and they'll try to, now that I'm in the door, I'm going to charge you for this, we can do that. And I've heard people talk about how they look and they kind of snoop and try to find all these extra ways to make money. I try to be very honest with my customer and respectful of their workspace. So I'm not going there looking for more money by fixing this and that. And many times I'll find a customer who has something else in their house and they need, I'll just fix it if it's small enough, because I don't need necessarily to nickel and dime my customers. And the best part is when they notice this kind of stuff and leave you voicemails like this.
Hi, Josh. It's Nancy. You came and stretched our carpet, I don't know, Tuesday, Wednesday. And I just noticed last night you took all those funny black spots out of our carpet going into our closet. Thank you so much. They were like tar or something, and I never could figure out how to get them out. I mean, I didn't have the nerve to cut the fibers, and they've been in there ever since we moved in here. Thank you so much for getting them out. And we'll write a review and put it on it.
Well, you're welcome, Nancy. That's just one of the things that I love doing. Trying to do good things to people. It's not a charity, it is a business, but if you have a certain price point, you can afford to give the customer a deal at the end or find other things that you can just do for them. And so that's what I like to do. And so I've been fortunate to have all 5-star reviews on my Yelp account, and it's been a great thing to see what people sharing their experiences on there. It always makes my day. So that's it. I hope that was somewhat entertaining and informative. And so my name is Josh. It was nice having this time to talk to you, and signing out from the 408. I'll see you late. What are you doing that? I told you that's not even a thing. Why would you do that? Come on, just be yourself.